Let's talk different settings. One thing I love about my profession is that it's so versatile. There are so many different settings for so many different people. That's why this profession is amazing. I'm going to talk about a few of the more popular settings in occupational therapy. So if you're bored with one, you can always enter another one. It's not like you're an MD where you go to residency and you have to learn one specific setting. With occupational therapy or any allied health setting in general, you have the flexibility to go within settings. I've been doing it since I started being a therapist. I feel like I would get bored if I was just doing one setting, one specific population. The first setting would be pediatrics. Now, pediatrics means working with children, and there are different ways that you can work with children. You can do outpatient-based services, you can do school-based services, you can do hospital setting, which includes acute care, inpatient rehab, and then you also have like early intervention, which could be a mixture of in-clinic, home health, and all of that good stuff. There are other settings that you can work in with pediatrics, but those are the main ones. The second setting that I want to talk about is hand therapy. Hand therapy isn't the most common occupational therapy setting because it can be super hard. It's a lot of anatomy involved, but it is becoming more popular, especially among the men that are occupational therapists. Hand therapy is super cool. You work with all hand and upper extremity injuries. But if you're trying to get into like sports medicine, if you just like ortho and different things like that, then hand therapy would be good for you. Another setting that's pretty popular is working at a SNF or a skilled nursing facility. A lot of people go to skilled nursing facilities after they leave inpatient rehab, or they can go there for long-term care, more of the geriatric population. Other settings that I kind of touch on a little bit would be the hospital settings for adults 18 and up. You have different tiers of the hospital. You have ICU, acute care, and inpatient rehab. And some hospitals have a subacute unit, but we'll just kind of focus on inpatient rehab and then acute care. Acute care is where you go first when you first get into the hospital and you're admitted. You're only in acute care for a few days, and then once you are stable enough and you're able to participate in higher functioning activities, you will be transferred to the inpatient rehab unit where you're there for about maybe like 2 to 3 weeks. All of these settings are still working on the common goal of helping our patients become as independent as possible with their daily activities. That's all for this video. If you want a more in-depth video about the specifics of each setting, I will definitely make that for you. Please comment below if that's what you want, and I'll see you next time.